Hello and welcome into the Bobby Valentine Sports Show. I am your host, Frank Rampin, alongside Sal Grinstead, here to talk about week 10 of the college football season, make our picks for the upcoming weekend, 3 ranked matchups we got for you, and then a kind of a weird other games throughout the slate. So we're going to make our way through it. Sal, how are our picks looking so far, and what games we going to talk about this week? Oh, I think you're muted. You're muted over there.
Damn computer. You had a good week last week. You went 7-3, took 2 on me. So you're 29-11 in college, which is damn good. I'm 26-14. I step back. I keep going upsets, and I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't stop that. So
can't stop it.
No, can't stop, won't stop. Like you said, there's only 3 ranked matchups this week, which makes it a little bit of a weaker schedule. But in weeks like this, as we know, crazy things always happen. I figured I'd lay out this schedule this week in a way that kind of shows love to the group of 5, as there's not much else going on. So we're going to definitely get those teams involved. We're going to get the troops involved. And with that being said, the first game we're going to be picking, Army at Air Force. Get the troops going early. What you got?
I like it. I like it a lot. Air Force 1.5 point favorite in this game. Both teams, 3-4 Army and 2-5 is Air Force. Last year, Bryson Daly was so much fun to watch for Army. They have a similar built quarterback this year, and I haven't watched too much Army football this year. I will say that, but I just like watching Army play. Give me Army.
I love that. It feels like Air Force is always like, the third coming of Army and Navy. They're never, it feels like, as good as them. Air Force is favored in this one, which feels a little weird, but I'm going Army as well. I mean, I love when they're really good and it comes down to that Navy-Army game late in the year. So hopefully they can win out and we can get something fun going on.
I agree. That's always a great weekend. Army-Navy, The only game that happens on the Saturday. It's awesome. And one more thing I want to mention before we go on. Hopefully I can watch these college football games this weekend because now I can't watch ESPN. So all these ranked games we're talking about, I can't watch at the moment. So we're going to have to figure that out.
Might have to go help out your local establishment that happens to sell alcohol as well. So
possibly help out the watering hole.
Speaking of the troops, we'll stay in that area. We got 7-0 Navy going on the road at 7-1 North Texas, whose only loss was the USF a few weeks ago. This is going to be a great game. North Texas is actually favored 6.5 right now, which I hate. I mean, do you not love your troops? I mean, if you know one thing about me, I'm going to stick with the troops every week, and I'm taking Navy again.
I mean, Blake Horvath, he's up there in the Heisman conversation. I've heard people talk about Blake Horvath for Heisman. He's been unbelievable. The total in this game is 65.5. That's a massive total in this game. I mean, Navy, you don't really think juggernaut offense, but that's pretty much what they've been this year. They can run the ball like better than anybody in the country, and they've been throwing the ball just a little bit, just enough to keep you on your toes a little bit. I did pick North Texas to make a big win against USF a couple weeks ago. Not this time. Give me the troops. Got to go with Navy.
That's right. And Navy, while we're on the topic, they're 7-0. They should be ranked.
They should be ranked.
I mean, this is absolute disgrace to college football. It's terrible. Why would you not want the troops in the top 25 when they deserve to be there?
And the American is like the hot conference. The American is the hot conference, and they're undefeated.
They're the best in the American right now. It's like, why would you not want them in? It's not like they're 4-3, 5-2, and we're just bitching and moaning for nothing. This is a 7-0 team. They deserve it. We're gonna stay in the group of 5 here. Another team who had a big loss a few weeks ago against Boise State, but they still control their own destiny in the Mountain West. This is New Mexico at 6-1 UNLV. What do you got on this, Frank?
I like this UNLV team. Their offense is very good. They kind of got punked over there on the blue turf, but I still like UNLV and a sneaky team to watch throughout the rest of the season. Like we just said, the American's the hot conference. Everyone's talking about the American. Don't forget about the Mountain West. Like UNLV has a chance to win that conference and get in as a Power 5 team.
And yeah, that's a great point. We've talked about the American so much, but there's so many good teams in that division that some of them are bound to lose and they're bound to beat up on each other. So if it's not a team from the American, it immediately makes you look out to the Mountain West, where it's Boise State, who is really just controlling themselves right now. They're undefeated in conference. number one seed right now. And then you got UNLV, San Diego State. I mean, all these teams that have a chance. So definitely keep an eye on that conference. With that being said, I got UNLV winning this one, going 7-1 on the year.
JMU as well, Sal. That's another team to look out for.
Yeah. I was going to mention them here in a little while. They're 7-1 and 5-0 in conference. So, I mean, there's just so many fun teams you should look out for. And that team we almost never talk about except for like 1 year in the early 2000 or late 2000s, early 2010s is Hawaii. They're 6-2. They're 3-1 in the Mountain West. So they're very well alive in the Group of Five talk.
The quarterback's good.
Very good. We'll get into some ranked teams now. We got number 10 Miami going on the road at SMU. And originally this was supposed to be a very hyped up game coming into the year. Obviously, SMU has had some big losses, and they lost last week against Wake Forest. But this team is still 3-1 in the ACC, and if they win out, they're going to be back in the ACC championship, potentially. So definitely a fun game to watch.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is one of the games, like, I remember at the beginning of the season, we talked about this earlier in the week, Sal. This weekend was like, mark your calendar, craziest weekend of the year. Ohio State, Penn State, when they were supposed to be like number 1 and 2 in the country. All these crazy matchups. It's kind of died down. It did not really last what we thought. The preseason rankings didn't match up to reality. That's what happened. And the ACC, Sal, is a very interesting conference. Like, depending on what happens in the ACC, I think it's going to have a massive outcome to what happens with how many teams get into the playoff from the SEC or the Big Ten. Because right now, Georgia Tech's undefeated. Virginia's up there at the top. Miami's up there. But all those teams don't play each other. Louisville, yeah. All those teams don't play each other. So if it all sits the way it is right now, Georgia Tech would play Virginia in the conference championship game. So let's say Georgia Tech wins out. They beat Georgia. They go to that game undefeated. But then Virginia beats them in the conference championship game. You got to put both them in there. Absolutely. And then Miami, let's say Miami has one loss and Miami's beaten Notre Dame. Are you putting Miami in? Probably. Notre Dame might get kicked out at that point. And then what happens with the SEC? Like, the ACC could really shake things up this year. Last year it was the Big 12. This year I think it's the ACC. Oh, I didn't even make my pick. So with that, I'm going to say Miami.
Oh, man.
Miami's pissed after that loss. They're going to win.
What would really shake this conference up even more is if SMU happens to win this game and finds a way to get to the ACC championship. I mean, you'd have 4 or 5 teams in the top 25, and then you'd have an SMU team that's 9-3 at best, maybe ranked, maybe not, and then winning it. So it's always a fun sight, but it's not going to happen because Miami's going to work them boys.
Yeah, their O-line, D-line's too good.
Speaking of the Big 12, we might as well jump that way to it. We got number 13, Texas Tech, going on the road at Kansas State. And if Baron Morton goes down, Will Hammond is out for the year. So another scare for this Texas Tech offense, but Kansas State has underperformed all year. What do you got? Will
Hammond out for the year. Did that happen in the last game, or was that over this week?
I believe it was the last game. It's an ACL tear.
So they were up big and he tore his ACL. I didn't even see that. That's brutal. Wow. Okay. So that's big. They're still favored 7.5 points on the road against Kansas State and the Little Apple, Manhattan, Kansas. I mean, I don't know. Kansas State's always a tough team. Avery Johnson, for some reason, will play a great game and then he'll play a terrible game. Just very, very streaky team. It's kind of like almost like the Falcons, how we were talking about in the NFL. It's very similar to that. I don't know. I don't have confidence in Avery Johnson. I'm going to go with the Texas Tech defense in this one to hold him.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head. Kansas State is so weird. You know, when you think they're going to be good, they're so god-awful like this year. And then when they're not supposed to win and they're supposed to be terrible, they're, like, really good. So it's really weird. It kind of makes you want to go K-State's way. But I like the Red Raiders. I like Baron Morton. I love their coach. I got Texas Tech.
And because of that, watch out for the Wildcats this weekend.
Oh, man. Well, we might as well pivot back to the ACC here. Mention those boys over there in Virginia, the Cavaliers, number 15, going on the road at California, which is a scary, scary game.
Yes, it is. I think I've mentioned this a few times so far this year. Cal's quarterback, Sungapalatelli, he is a beast. JKS is what they're calling him. I don't even know what his first name is. It's very long. Sungapalatelli, is a beast. Lefty, true freshman from Hawaii. He can sling it. I have a feeling that he's going to get a lot of money this offseason, and he's going to be in a big-time school next year. I like this guy, man. I think Cal might pull up an upset here.
Wow. Frank with the first upset pick of the day. Usually it's me on this end.
Yeah, usually.
So it's a weird feeling over here having all the power. Man, that kind of throws me for a loop. I don't necessarily believe in this Virginia team. They continue to win these close games, and it's overtime games. It looks like games they shouldn't win. And Cal is a very tough place to go. You're going to a different time zone as well, which is very well forgotten about. And with that being said, that student section gets rowdy. Really rowdy, and I think they're going to get really rowdy on Saturday. I got California as well.
Wow. How about it? I mean, 3 weeks in a row, Virginia has been surviving by a thread. They beat Bill Belichick, North Carolina, on a 2-point conversion. They stopped by an inch. They got a safety to win 2 weeks ago against Washington State. I think they're a little vulnerable right now.
And I should say that is a god-awful Bill Belichick, North Carolina team. So
yeah.
not a good win whatsoever.
No.
Another fun game we got going on this weekend. It could have been a really good game if this team stayed in the top 25, but, I mean, it's just tricky. This is 23 USC at Nebraska, and I believe Matt Rule just signed an extension.
Yeah, he did.
Verify that for me? Yeah,
yes.
So he's not going anywhere. I don't know if that's good or bad for Nebraska. We'll have to see on Saturday.
I will mention one thing, though, before I make this pick. Matt Rule did sign an extension, and I believe it was Temple. Or was it Baylor? Not sure. Well, it had to be Baylor. Signed an extension at Baylor, and then he took the Panthers job right after that. So it's happened before. You never know, but it does seem like he's going to stay at Nebraska. With that being said, this is going to be an interesting game. This game's at 7:30 in Nebraska. It's supposed to be cold, windy, potential rain with those Southern California boys coming in. That could be a little bit of an effect. We saw some of that happen in the playoff last year. Mostly with, I guess, Tennessee going to Ohio State. I guess it gets cold in Tennessee, but it doesn't get cold in Southern California. That offense is really good, but is it going to be able to play when it's freezing cold? I like Nebraska in their running game. I think Raiola's going to have a good game. Give me the Huskers. 2 in a row, Sal.
Wow. Man, Frank, you're throwing me for a loop today. So you mentioned you don't think USC's offense is going to be able to do that great. I feel like their defense is better than what it's ever been under Lincoln Riley. So I think that's going to be able to help. I'm not a huge believer in Mini Mahomes over there. I mean, it seems like my entire lifetime, Nebraska is supposed to be good. You want them to be good, and they're just not. Yeah. They're one of the biggest letdown programs because it's such a big name. I mean, they're historically good at football, but since I've watched football, they're historically bad. Yeah. And I think that's going to continue on Saturday. I got the Trojans.
Yeah, this is more just like a weather thing for me. I feel like it's going to be cold and windy and hard to throw the ball in this game. It's going to be a line of scrimmage game, I think.
That does favor Matt Rule over Lincoln Riley, if I have to say, though. Another fun game here. This one's going to be a great weather game because it is in Jacksonville, Florida. Mm-hmm. Number 5, Georgia, and unranked Florida. The rivalry.
Did you know what they used to call this game, the cocktail party?
Yeah, I forgot.
I didn't know that. Apparently, like they told like ESPN and the people on TV to stop saying that because it's their college kids. Like, come on, that's an awesome name.
Like they're not going to drink anyway, right?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, this is going to be an awesome game. We did look last week. This is going to be the last time this game is played at Everbank Stadium for the next couple of years, right? Because they're renovating.
Yeah, they're redoing that stadium over there. They played the Jags Stadium, so
yeah.
So that'll be. We'll come back there, I believe, after like the renovations are over.
Yeah, I think 28 is what it's scheduled for right now. With that being said, it's always awesome to see the split stadiums like this, the Red River rivalry. It's always fun to see those. Gunnar Stockton has been unbelievable this year. He showed me a lot, especially that Tennessee game went into that hostile environment. They were down by multiple scores, and he just didn't blink with throwing bombs. Big plays after big play. Give me Georgia. I think they're one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah. I would agree with you. This Georgia team is really, really good. And I've been saying all year, even when everybody was so down on them when Alabama beat them, I think they're still going to win the SEC, and I still think they will. Wow. I miss when this game used to be two great teams going at it because Florida sucks. I mean, outside of their defense, they don't have a head coach. Like, their defense is really good, but that's all you got going for you. That's not going to be enough for you to beat this Kirby Smart and the Dogs. I got Georgia.
I wonder who's interim coach over there at Florida. I have no idea.
I don't know if it'll matter.
No, I don't think so.
Well, we'll go into another fun game here, man. Another great game last year. It was with Nico Iamaleava leading the win over Oklahoma. And this is number 18 Oklahoma at Rocky Top, number 14 Tennessee. And boy, is this one going to be a fun game to watch.
This is going to be a wild game. Is this the night game? This is 7:30?
It is.
Wow. So nighttime at Rocky Top. Wow. This is going to be a massive game. Kind of two contradicting styles of play. Tennessee just loves to huck it. They score a bunch of points. They can go up and down the field with anybody. Don't really love to play a lot of defense. Oklahoma, one of the best defenses in the country. They play a little different style, but John Mateer has been very off. He had that good game against what was it? Was it South Carolina? He played a good game. Yeah, South Carolina he played well, but he didn't look good against Texas. He didn't look good last week. There's something off about him. Maybe he came back too early. That thumb is bothering him. I don't know. I think Rocky Top at night is going to be an insanely tough place to play. And give me Joey Aguilar in the Vols. And
tempers are going to be flaring in this game. Both these teams are 6-2. And it almost feels like if you lose this game, your playoff hopes might be over. Yep. You win this game, you take a huge jump into making that playoff. And like we know, Tennessee made it last year. They're looking to do it back-to-back. Oklahoma did not. They had a very rough year last year. But I love Brent Venables. I love their defense, but their defense got exploited last week against Lane Kiffin. And him and Lane Kiffin got into it in media just a little bit. I think that might light a fire under that defense, and I'm going to take Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. I like it. I mean, I do like Oklahoma. Their defense is great. I think Heupel is going to be able to make some adjustments, though. He's a good offensive mind, too.
Oh, great offensive coach. Huge fan. Might as well stay in the SEC right here. A team that is doing historical things versus a team that is not as good as everybody was expecting them to be. This is number 9 Vanderbilt Commodores going on the road at number 20 Texas. And this is a tricky game.
Yes, it is. Last year, this was a great game. Vandy almost took them down last year when Texas was a playoff team. Man, this is interesting. Texas, 3.5-point favorites. Pretty low total, actually, 47.5 points. Interesting. They're thinking defense in this one. Arch played his best football that I've seen him play in that second half. Really, that last 10 minutes of the game against Mississippi State really led them back, and it was awesome to watch him play that game. Too bad he got hurt in overtime. I know he came back to practice yesterday, but it has not been confirmed that he's going to play. So with the looming quarterback question and Arch being a little questionable all year, I love Diego Pavia, man. He is an absolute beast. Give me the doors.
Wow. I think we've picked him every week this year.
I think so too.
Oh man, you're
something about that guy, dude.
To go 8-1 is awesome, dude. Last week they had their first time in history with 3 top 23 ranked wins in the season. I mean, just historical things going over in Nashville. But this game isn't played in Nashville. It's played in Texas. And I think Arch is going to play, and I think he's going to outplay Pavia.
Wow.
And this Texas defense might give him some issues. I got Texas with an upset.
How about it? And let's not forget, though, this Vandy D-line has been playing real good past couple weeks. But this is going to be a great game, Sal. And if Arch plays, I hope it's a duel between him and Pavia.
It says it's going to be a defensive game, but I could see some points going on later in this game. I don't think it's going to start out with points, but I think it's going to turn into a little bit of a shootout going into that late third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's a lower total than I thought it would be.
Yeah. And we might as well finish it up with College Game Day. That is at 10:15 Eastern time because just awesome. But it's on ESPN anyway, so we probably can't watch.
Can't even watch Game Day. I hope I can watch Game Day tomorrow.
Doesn't matter what time this game's on. I don't think we're going to be able to watch. But this is a really fun game. I mean, College Game Day is going to Utah. It's number 17 Cincinnati, who is 7-1 and outperforming all year long. Their only loss was to Nebraska week 1 against number 24 Utah, who has looked unbelievable in weeks. And then when they're supposed to play these big games, these ranked games, they haven't looked as good. So what do you got going on here?
Are you seeing the spread?
Yeah, it's absurd.
10.5-point spread?
Absurd. I don't understand why.
That is crazy. Both these teams really like to run the ball, though. Both quarterbacks really like to run the ball. Sorsby, quarterback of Cincinnati, 27 total touchdowns on the season, 1 interception. If they go in here to win this game against the mighty Utah student section, the Muss, it's going to be a big deal. And he'll jump right into the Heisman conversation. And you know what? Give me the Bearcats. Cincinnati goes into Utah and shocks the Utes.
Wow. A 10.5 dog, and there's
Give me it. Give me it. I want them outright.
Oh man. This is so tough for me because I would want nothing more than to root for this Cincinnati team. I mean, I love what they've been doing this year. They're undefeated in conference. It's just them and BYU who are undefeated. It brings me back to, when they had Desmond Ridder over there and Sauce Gardner. Like, the team made the playoff. It was so fun to watch. Obviously, they got dogged by Alabama, but it's always fun to see a team like that make a run. But it just feels like Utah is stronger, bigger, and better, frankly. But it's not about what you are as a team. It's about how you are as a game. So you might be better, but you're not going to be better on Saturday. Give me the Bearcats as well.
Wow. You took me for a little ride there, Sal. Wow.
That's what I've been doing.
That's awesome. That's all. I love it. I mean, I don't know why. I really like this Sorsby dude. He's awesome. I love watching them play. I just think that I want to be up at 2 a.m. watching Madness this weekend. I'm going to be illegally streaming it on some cracked streams website because YouTube TV sucks or ESPN sucks. I don't even know. I don't care who's at fault. You guys are both billion-dollar industries. Figure it out. But I'm going to be sitting there watching it somehow, and I'm hoping it's going to be a great game late into the night.
Oh, it's going to be a great one. That 10.5 spread, I don't think it's going to matter. I think it's going to come down to that last possession, and it's going to be defense, line of scrimmages, hitting all day long. There's going to be big hits, man, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. While I got you here, Frank, I might as well mention this Pittsburgh team that is 6-2, 4-1 in the ACC, right now third in the conference, and a team that has seemed to be forgotten about. They have a chance to just come out of nowhere and make that ACC championship. Definitely keep an eye on them. We obviously mentioned James Madison. I mean, so many teams to watch out for, especially in a weekend like this where your mind's not going to be too preoccupied on those big top 25 games. You can watch some of those teams slowly sneak up there.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting weekend. You always know it's going to be. When there's not that many games that are that good when you look at the slate, there's going to be 10 ones you haven't looked at that are going to be a crazy outcome. So just stay locked in. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah. And another team we should just mention because they have such an easy schedule compared to the rest of the conference on the way out is Ole Miss. I mean, they don't play a ranked team the rest of the year, I believe. They got South Carolina at home this weekend. So, you kind of expect them to take care of business, but definitely got to keep mentioning them because there is a great chance that they are in the SEC championship game. So,
and their head coach is the number one candidate at every job opening that there is in the country. That's very loud too.
Very, very loud. And you see what Ed Orgeron said?
No.
He said he would. He obviously wants the LSU job bad. He said one phone call and I'm there, but he said the only way he would be an assistant for LSU is if Lane Kiffin is the head coach.
Wow.
He would take the assistant coach job for Lane Kiffin at LSU.
Wow, that's crazy. Is Coach O an offense or defensive guy? I don't know.
I think he's defensive.
I think so. Just by looking at him and hearing him, I would say defense. Unless he was like an offensive lineman, but I would say.
You look at his offenses when he was there, he could be offense.
Hey, yeah, I was just thinking that too. So we'll see, but that would be awesome to see. That AD's gone or Tech kind of gone. So you never know what's gonna happen there because I was a shaky exit. But we'll see what happens. A lot of jobs to fill. 12 Power 5 or Power 4 job spots open as of the moment. So we'll see what happens with that. We got week 10 coming up this weekend. Hopefully I can watch it. Hopefully Sal can watch it, but you never know, we'll be down at the local watering hole establishment, having some beverages and watching some football. So
support your local small businesses right there.
That's right. That's right, Sal. So we'll see you after this weekend. We'll see how our picks did. And for Sal Grinstead, Frank Rampin, this has been the Bobby Valentine Sports Show. Peace out.